They going above and beyond to promote the devil, and it's pissing me off. They going above and beyond to promote the devil, and it's pissing me off. Only God can judge me now. One shot, everything rides on two.
All of them were red. Did you notice when TD Jakes came out here to address that he's a zesty bottom, a power bottom at that? He wore that same red color that you see Mr. Man with the dress wear on red.
Because it was his turn next.
Okay.
Some of us are against the Illuminati, and we are against the Illuminati at our own detriment.
They going above and beyond to promote the devil, and it's pissing me off they going above and beyond to promote the devil, and it's pissing me off all of them. We're red. Did you notice when Tid J came out here to address that he's a zesty bottom, a power bottom, at that he wore that same red color that you see Mr. Man with a dress wear on red, because it was his turn next. Okay, some of us are against the Illuminati, and we are against the Illuminati at our own detriment. Girl Tyrese Gibson is getting absolutely dragged on social media for walking the red carpet in a red dress, and people are saying Tyrese finally buckled and sold his soul to Hollywood, and word on the street is that Katt Williams tried to warn Tyrese beforehand that the price he'll have to pay for making his move is not worth it. See, over the years, black actors and comedians have often worn dresses for a laugh. I mean, a big towering figure strutting in heels is just plain ridiculous, which makes it hilarious. But you all, I'll have to wonder what's the trade-off here. There's got to be some sort of price tag attached to all that laughter. So what's the deal with Tyrese? Wearing that red dress, is the dress really some kind of ritual for black men in Hollywood? Let's get into it. I don't really know how to complain because all the people that I ever looked up to had to go through it too. Tyrese Gibson is making waves after he walked the red carpet at a film festival in Egypt, wearing a bright red dress, which he paired with a black blazer. And, of course, it didn't take long before social media picked this up and accused Tyrese of doing a dress ritual and selling his soul to Hollywood. Someone on X said they done got Tyrese in a dress. His finances must have been worse than we thought. SMH fed. Others wondered if Tyrese was actually trying to honor the country he was visiting. One person wrote, "Could somebody help me understand why Tyrese is wearing a dress? I have a lot of respect for Tyrese. What's going on? Is this a dress or some kind of Islamic gar?" Now, regardless of whether this is an actual dress or not, there's been this ongoing narrative. Some would call it a conspiracy theory about how Hollywood makes black actors and comedians wear dresses as a way to humiliate them all the way back in 2016. Chappelle talked about this theory during his interview with Oprah and revealed he was pushed to wear a dress while working on a movie with Martin Lawrence. When I see that they put every black man in the movies in a dress at some point in their career, I'll be connecting like why all these brothers got to wear a dress. This happened to me. I'm doing a movie with Martin. Yeah, the movie is going good. So I walk in the trailer, I'm like, man, this must be a wrong trailer cuz there's a dress in here. So Dave straight up told the producers he wasn't feeling the whole dress vibe because it didn't fit the scene and it made him feel uncomfortable. But then the director swooped in with a whole crew trying to pressure Dave into throw wing on that dress. They all teamed up on him, trying to make it happen, despite what he was saying. That should have been in a discussion. What, you don't feel comfortable with it? I mean, it's a hilarious bit. All the greats have done it so well. If all the greats have done it, it's kind of hacky, right? You're right, so why don't we just not do it? Cuz I don't feel comfortable we address. Oh, come on, Dave, listen. We got it all set up. We're supposed to shoot every minute. Your waist costs this much money. Know the pressure comes in H. And I'm not wearing no dress, man. I'm funny than a dress. Just give me something funny to say. I don't even wear no dress. To be funny, the producers finally backed off when they realized that Dave couldn't be swayed, and Dave told Oprah they already had a different script on standby. So it turned out that the whole dress deal wasn't even needed. They just wanted to test if he'd cave in and say yes to it. But the minute it was clear I was a daunt, I'm not wearing a dress. I'm not wearing the dress. All right, fine. Think of something else that comes back 10 minutes later. The whole new scene. How did you write the scene so fast now? When they later threw the question at Kevin Hart about Dave saying he was pressured to put on a dress, Kevin just shook it off and said that although it never happened to him, he never messed with something that could mess up his whole brand. Definitely have ran into To put on the dress, I mean, you know you have to have boundaries, you have to have limits that you refuse to cross day you got to know that you're a brand. I'm a brand. You need to protect your brand at all times. Get this, a few years down the line, Kevin popped up in an SNL sketch in a dress and almost immediately his whole career skyrocketed. The same year Kevin wore a dress in the SNL skit Katt, Williams was promoting Scary Movie 5, and they threw the same question at him about the dress uproar, and Katt straight up laid it down, saying this Hollywood dress thing has been happening for ages, and that it all comes down to whether you choose to join the Illuminati or not. So you know some of us make choices. I think it's not a biggest choice, and for others, I'm saying, at the end of the day, Kevin doesn't have to worry about what people are going to say about him wearing a dress because of the long line of dress wearing people before him. So now we had Big Mama's House 1, 2, and 3. I've never seen media in a pantsuit. I think she wears dresses. So now I'm saying, why are we picking on poor little Kevin Hart because it was his turn next? Okay, some of us are against the Illuminati, and we are against the Illuminati at our own detriment. When people are against the Illuminati, then they get punched in the face all the time. The press hates them. Nobody likes him now. Back then, plenty of folks brushed this off as some wild conspiracy theory, but now fans are coming through and saying it all adds up. And Katt knew what he was talking about. Because the truth is, there's a whole bunch of black actors and comedians who hit the big leagues after strutting in a dress on screen. It's like a running story in Hollywood. Seemed like for any black man comedian to really hit the jackpot, they have to step into a dress. Way back in the 70s, Flip Wilson did it playing Geraldine on his show. Fast forward to the 90s, Martin Lawrence and Jamie Foxx rocked Shanine on Martin, and Wanda on In Living Color. Eddie Murphy jumped in as Mama and Granny Clump in the Nutty Professor series, snagging an Oscar for makeup in 97, then in the 2000s. And beyond it was like a parade. Sean and Marlon Wayans, and White Chicks Tracy Morgan, and Kenan Thompson on Saturday Night Live, Miguel Nunes Jar, and Joanna Man, Brandon T. Jackson, rolling with Martin in Big Mama's House, and of course the man himself, Tyler Perry. They all suited up in dresses like it's become a rite of passage or something now. If you want to look at this from a deeper perspective and reflect on the not too distant history of this nation, there's a detailed record of how masters of the enslaved tried to weaken and even destroy the sense of manhood among black men. They viewed black men as threats, so they came up with ways to rob them of what they saw as their strength. That included horrific measures like castration and many other humiliating methods of torture. And there's been a debate swirling around whether black men putting on wigs and dresses is a modern-day version of that same emasculation. Now, to be clear, a black man taken on a black woman's role, whether rocking a dress, or a wig, or anything else, isn't about stripping away manhood. Not for one person or the whole community. Painting that kind of picture is narrow-minded, because if black man and masculinity are so easily shaken by slipping on a dress or some hair pieces, then it's as fragile as it is toxic. But see, what doesn't get enough attention is how these women characters that these black men take on don't really get the respect and humanity they deserve. You see a lot of the jokes that keep coming back, the stuff that keeps getting repeated in these stories. It's all about these characters looks like how tall they are, or their big hands, wide shoulders, hairy legs, or even facial hair. It's all about these features that in a world stuck on strict categories, women aren't supposed to have. You see him. Better be glad this ain't no liquor, 'cause come 12, 0, I turn into a wolf. Must be a quarter to applause. 1, I'm not lying. And her body, man, like she was strong. I think she was like an athlete or something, man. And when she got you in that love luck, it was over. It was over. Oh man. And then even when these characters are supposed to be real women, and not just some costume, they still get shortchanged. It's pretty clear how this mirrors the real-life dehumanization of black women, because the same lack of recognition and respect follows them around in real life too. Now you'll notice that pretty much every black man who's gotten famous playing a woman on screen will tell you their character is based on real men they know, like Tyler Perry. He claims his inspiration comes from his mom and aunt. Then you got Martin Lawrence saying he drew inspiration from those fly streetwise ladies named after fancy cars from the block. Jamie Foxx, same deal. Sure, it's comedy, but a bunch of these characters, not all of them, but quite a few, somehow end up poking fun at a certain kind of femininity, or sort of look down on a certain way of being a woman. not always just sneaking in a joke here and there. So when you put together these two issues, how they feminize Black masculinity and how they might show Black womanhood in a distorted way, this can have real-life consequences and affect how Black men and women are seen. There are also those who believe that the feminized image of Black masculinity is a way to make Black men seem less threatening, almost a way to balance out the powerful image of Black men that's so common in hip